There are three main ways that you can start a catering business. Two of them I don't teach, and one of them I do. Thank you, Alexis, for asking me this question. So, you want to start your own catering business. Where do you begin? Well, there's a couple ways to go about starting a catering business. The first is probably one of the most common, is where you present your vision for your catering company to somebody or some institution that will give you money and risk their money on your dream. So you would present your vision to an investor, and you'd do your very best to convince them that you're going to be able to run and operate the business properly, generate enough revenue for them to make some sort of return on their investment, and also you can pay yourself. I don't teach this, but that's a very common way for people to start restaurants, and a very common way for people to start in the catering business. The second way that you can start a catering business is you can buy an existing catering business. But where are you going to get the finances for that? Do you have the money in the bank to buy a catering business outright? If you don't, there's an alternative. You could pull out a line of equity from your home, which I don't recommend, and I don't teach that as well. Or you could do a little bit of a combination of using some of your own money for a down payment and getting some bank financing to purchase an already existing business. So how does this work? Well, first you need to find a business that's willing to sell. You can go onto business broker websites and see who's out there actively trying to sell their catering business. Honestly, the best way to find a catering business that potentially wants to sell is to just call and ask to speak to the owner about a potential joint venture. And that's how you can get your foot in the door to begin the conversation of, are you interested in selling your business? And from that point, you want to be able to prove to the bank or the financial institution that the amount of money that you're going to pay for this catering business, when you're paying the debt month to month to month, you're going to be able to pay them back with the profit that the business is generating. So you're going to have to look at the financials of the business, and you're going to come to terms with the owner of that business of what you are willing to pay for it. And when it comes to catering, it's typically 2 to 4 times the EBITDA, or 2 to 4 times the cash flow or the owner's discretionary income per year. So if a business is pulling $50,000 in profit a year, then your purchase price, if it's 2 times that, would be $100,000. And so you need to get financing $100,000 from the bank, and you'll need to prove to the bank, based on the terms of the loan, that you'll be able to pay the loan back every single month with the historical financials of that catering company, and also pay yourself as well. Typical loan terms for acquisition financing are 7 years, and it looks like it's around a 4.5 interest rate. So 7 years at 4.5%. You go onto a loan amortization calculator, just search for it online. You type in the amount of the loan that you want, the term of the loan, which is 7 years, and the interest rate at 4.5%. And you could find out what the monthly payment's going to be, and you'll figure out whether or not you could pay this loan back every month, or if you just can't make this deal. A lot of the times these catering companies are smaller, so you're going to probably use SBA financing, and SBA financing requires a down payment. I think it's 5%, but you can check it out. So you need to find out where you're going to get that down payment as well. I don't teach this as well. However, this is another very common way of purchasing businesses, especially a catering business. I don't teach you to find an existing business and have a bank finance the transaction. What I do teach is that you can start your catering business with nearly no money down, and you can just get your feet wet and get your first client and start your business. You don't need to have a website. You don't need to have a brand. All you need is yourself, your skills, your resume, your ServSafe certification, and a way to find potential catering clients and be able to sell them on your services and actually perform your first catering job. And that's what I do teach. I teach you my 5-step system for finding your first high-paying catering client. There's no money at risk. There's no financing. You're basically using deposit money from your potential client to pay for equipment, to pay for food, so you can just get the ball rolling and just do your first catering job, and it just starts to snowball from there. Once you really see that you're starting to get your stride, you did your first job, you got your first paycheck from the client, and now you have somebody that you can use as a reference for future clients. It just starts to build from there. So that's really what I encourage you to do. Is I encourage you to go out and find your first catering client and just do your first job on your own. And if you need more help with that, and I'm sure you do because I did as well, click the link in the description. I will tell you all about my strategy, free training in that link below. And if you want to sign up, I'll send you a few more goodies. One is a costing spreadsheet so you can figure out how much to charge for catering and know exactly what you're going to take home at the end of the event. And I also let you view the full curriculum of my 5-step course. That's all for now. I will talk to you guys next week.